2020. We're waiting for your call. Thank you.
Introducing Duracell Power Check, the new generation of battery with a built-in power gauge that tells you how much power is left in your battery anytime, anywhere.
Meet Fred.
The laziest cat in the whole world.
But he's no ordinary cat.
Well, I've been around the world. Oh, he sang. He was a star. Groove to the world's coolest cat, famous Fred. Christmas Eve at 6:10 on 4. Meow.
Right. While the varnish dries, we'll have a spot of breakfast. What do you say, Mo?
Rather.
It'll need at least 2 coats of varnish, of course, and then we'll repair the cushions and... Bother. See who it is, Mo, like a good chap. I'm all over egg.
Oh, what a lovely surprise. Come in, come in. Mr. Badger.
The hour has come.
What hour?
The hour of Toad. I said I'd take him in hand as soon as the winter was well over, and I'm going to take him in hand today.
Toad, of course, I remember now. We're to teach him to be sensible.
I learnt last night. This very morning another new and exceptionally powerful motor car will arrive at Toad Hall on approval or return. We must therefore go there instantly so that the work of rescue may be accomplished.
Right you are. We'll rescue the poor unhappy animal. We'll convert him. He'll be the most converted toad that ever was before we've done with him.
Hello, you fellows! You're just in time to come with me for a jolly... for a jolly...
Take him inside.
I say, steady on! What are you doing? Look! Now, wait!
Mr. Toad has changed his mind. He will not require the car. Good day. Now then, first of all, take those ridiculous things off.
Shut! What is the meaning of this gross outrage? I demand an instant explanation.
Take them off him then, you two. You knew it must come to this sooner or later, Toad. You've disregarded all the warnings we've given you. You've gone on squandering the money your father left you. And you're getting us animals a bad name in the district by your furious driving and your smashes, your rows with the police. This cannot continue. If you will not see reason, then we must bring you to it by force.
Force?
I want you to solemnly promise before your friends here that you will give up motor cars entirely and forever, and that you are sorry for what you have done and see the folly of it all.
Folly? It wasn't folly at all. It was simply glorious.
Then you don't promise never to touch a motor car again?
Certainly not. On the contrary, I faithfully promise that the very first motor car I see, poop, poop, off I go in it.
Very well then. Take him upstairs, you two, and lock him in his bedroom.
What are you doing? This is disgraceful. I demand...
It's for your own good, Toady.
We'll take great care of everything for you till you're well, Toad. And we'll see your money isn't wasted as it has been.
No more of those regrettable incidents with the police.
And no more weeks in hospital being ordered about by nurses.
Let me out at once, or I warn you I shall be forced to...
I've never seen Toad so determined. However, we will see it out. He must never be left an instant unguarded. We shall have to take it in turns to be with it till the poison has worked itself out of his system. I have some business to attend to this morning, Rat, so I must be off. Toad's still in bed, being quiet and submissive, which is when he's at his most artful, so you look out.
How are you today, old chap?
Thank you so much, dear Ratty. So good of you to inquire. But first, tell me how you are yourself, and the excellent Mole.
Oh, we're all right. Mole has gone out with Badger, so you and I will spend a pleasant morning together. Now jump up, there's a good fellow, and don't lie there moping on a fine morning like this.
Dear, kind Rat, how little you realize my condition, and how very far I am from jumping up now, if ever. But do not trouble about me. I hate being a burden to my friends, and I do not expect to be one much longer. Indeed, I almost hope not.
Well, I hope not, too. You've been a fine bother to us all this time, and I'm glad to hear it's going to stop.
I quite understand that you're tired of bothering about me, Ratty, but could I beg one last favor? Would you step round to the village as quickly as possible? Even now, it may be too late. And fetch the doctor. But please, not if it's a bother, not if it's too much trouble.
Why? What do you want a doctor for?
Surely you've noticed of late that... But no, why should you? Noticing things is only a trouble. Never mind, forget that I asked.
Look here, old man, of course I'll fetch a doctor to you if you really think you want him, but you can hardly be bad enough for that yet. Let's talk about something else.
I fear, dear friend, that talk can do little in a case like this. Or doctors either, for that matter. Still, one must grasp at the slightest straw. And by the way, I hate to give you additional trouble, but would you mind asking the lawyer to step up?
The lawyer? Well, if you're quite sure... All right, I'll go. I'll be back directly. A lawyer? He must be really bad. It's best to be on the safe side. It's bound to be all in his imagination. But I've never heard him ask for a lawyer before. I'll humor him and go, won't it? Ha 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 ha!
You've been a bit of a duffer this time, Ratty.
He did it awfully well.
He did you awfully well, and the worst of it is he'll be so conceited with what he'll think is his cleverness that he may commit any folly. I fear we may expect him back shortly, either on a stretcher or between two policemen.
Smart piece of work, that. Brain against brute force, and brain came out on top, as it's bound to do. Oh, poor old Ratty. I must take him in hand someday, see if I can make something of him. Ah! Good morning, landlord. I want the best luncheon that you can provide.
I say, Johnson, you're really getting the hang of this automobile thingy, aren't you? I was wondering about having a go myself.
Ernest, really, it's much too dangerous. It goes much too fast. You'll never be able to control it. Tell him, Johnson.
Landlord? Landlord! Where the devil are you?
Well, there can't be any harm in my only just looking at it. I wonder if this sort of car starts easily.
Oi, come back! What do you think you're doing?
and hardened ruffian whom we see cowering in a dock with us has been found guilty on the clearest evidence, first, of stealing a valuable motor car, secondly, of driving to the public danger, and thirdly, of gross impertinence to the rural police. Mr. Clark, will you tell us, please, what is the very stiffest penalty we can impose for each of these offences? Without, of course, giving the prisoner the benefit of any doubt, because there isn't any.
Supposing you were to say 12 months for the theft, which is mild, and 3 years for the furious driving, which is lenient, and 15 years for the cheek, which was pretty bad sort of cheek, judging by what we've heard from the witness box. Those figures, if added together correctly, tot up to 19 years.
First rate.
So you had better make it around 20 years and be on the safe side. Silence in court!
An excellent suggestion. 20 years. And mind, if you appear before us again, prisoner, upon any charge whatever, we shall have to deal with you very seriously.
Oh, stupid animal I have been! This is the end of everything. I, the popular and handsome Toad, the rich and hospitable Toad, must languish in this dungeon until people who are proud to say they know me have forgotten the name of Toad. Oh, unhappy and forsaken Toad.
There's your dinner.
No, I couldn't.
If you don't eat something soon, you'll be wasting away to nothing, and then you'll get the blame. Of course, I might be able to arrange for a few little delicacies to be brought in from outside, if you fancy it. Wouldn't cost all that much.
Leave me to my fate, my good man. If it is my destiny to die in this grim and dreadful place, then so be it. Oh, ill-fated and miserable Toad.
He's not refused another meal, has he, Father?
He can starve to death for all I care. Ungrateful.
Father, I can't bear to see that poor beast so unhappy and getting so thin. Let me have the managing of him.
As you like, my dear, as you like. I've had enough of his sulks and his airs.
Now, cheer up, Toad. Sit up and dry your eyes and try and eat a bit of dinner. See? I brought you some of mine, hot from the oven.
Well, that's just a taste. Lawyers! That's it, of course. I must get Badger to hire me a lawyer. A clever and expensive one who will get me a chance to stand up in court and make brilliant speeches in my own defense. I shall be home in no time.
Tell me about Toad Hall. It sounds beautiful.
Toad Hall is a desirable, self-contained gentleman's residence, dating in part from the 14th century, but replete with every modern convenience up to date.
Bless you. I don't want to buy it. I must go, but I'll come and see you again tomorrow. Good night.
Good night. Good night. I do believe that girl rather admires me. Such a pity that the social gulf between us is so very wide. Of course, I invite dozens and dozens of animals to my parties. The banqueting hall is so large, you see. That's when I'm at my best, singing songs, telling stories.
Toad, just listen, please. I have an aunt who is a washerwoman.
There, never mind. Think no more about it. I have several aunts who ought to be washerwomen.
Oh, do be quiet a minute, Toad. She does the washing for the prisoners here. Now, you're very rich, and she's very poor, so it's possible that if she were properly approached for a few pounds when she comes to deliver the clean washing tomorrow, she would let you have her dress and bonnet and so on, and you could escape from the castle as the official washerwoman. You're very like in many respects, particularly about the figure.
We are not. I have a very elegant figure for what I am.
So is my aunt for what she is.
But look here, you wouldn't surely have Mr. Toad of Toad Hall Going about the country disguised as a washerwoman?
Then you can stop here as a toad. You're a horrid, ungrateful animal.
And you are a good, kind, clever girl, and I am indeed a proud and stupid toad. Introduce me to your worthy aunt, if you will be so kind, and I have no doubt that the excellent lady and I will be able to arrange terms satisfactory to both parties.
Well, I'll be needing to be bound and gagged, else all gonna look a bit suspicious. I've got a situation here as I wouldn't like to lose, you know.
An excellent suggestion, dear lady. Excellent.
You're the very image of her. Now, goodbye, Toad, and good luck.
How?
Not yet, Auntie, not yet.
Come along, sharp there. Off these premises. I can't wait all night. Have me tea to get to. It'll be cold in a minute.
Oh dear, yes. Good day.
See you Monday.
See you Monday.
I'm free! I'm free! What luck! A railway station! More luck! A train in 10 minutes!
That'll be fourpence. Fourpence, madam, fourpence.
Look here! I seem to have left my purse behind. Just give me the ticket, will you? And I'll send the money on tomorrow.
No, that game won't work with me. Now stand away from the window, please. You're obstructing the other passengers.
This place is such a mess. Time to go.
Yes.
See you tonight, dear.
Yes.
Cusson's Imperial Leather. Because some indulgences you can never give up.
Are you asleep?
It's the same story every winter. Same coughs and colds. Same icy winds. Same delayed trains. But this is not the same. Soup creations from bachelors. A new way of cooking pasta and beans and tomatoes and onions, all in a special rich stock. Create the same warm feeling with a very different soup. Soup creations from bachelors.
Now there's a new Flash XL with the fresh and invigorating scent of Scottish heather. I've always loved heather. Invigorating freshness in a flash.
Sony Super Trinitron Wide. Be careful what you watch.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Hello, Mother. What's the trouble?
Oh, sir, I am a poor, unhappy washerwoman, and I've lost all my money and can't pay for a ticket. And I must get home tonight somehow. Oh, dear, oh, dear.
It's a bad business indeed. Lost your money and can't get home. And got some kids too waiting for you, I dare say.
Oh, any amount of them. Yeah, and they'll be hungry and playing with matches and upsetting lamps. Oh, dear, oh, dear.
Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. If you'll wash a few shirts for me when you get home and send them along, I'll give you a ride in me engine.
Oh, sir, thank you, sir, thank you.
When I get safely home to Toad Hall and have money again, I will send the engine driver enough to pay for quite a quantity of washing. And that will be the same thing, or better. How one animal can have so many and varied talents is surely a wonder of nature.
It's very strange. We're the last train running in this direction tonight, yet I could be sworn I heard another following us. I can see it clearly now. It is an engine on our rails, coming along at a great pace. It looks as if we're being pursued.
Oh no! Oh no!
They're gaining on us fast, and the engine's crowded with people. Men like warders and policemen, waving revolvers and walking sticks and shouting, "Stop! Stop!"
Oh, save me! Only save me, dear, kind Mr. Engine Driver, and I will confess everything. I am not the simple washerwoman I seem to be. I am a toad, the well-known and popular Mr. Toad, a landed proprietor. I have just escaped by my great daring and cleverness from a loathsome dungeon into which my enemies had flung me, and if those fellows on that engine recapture me, it will be chains and bread and water and straw and misery once more. The poor, unhappy, innocent Toad.
Now tell the truth. What were you put in prison for?
It was nothing very much. I only borrowed a motor car while the owners were at lunch. They had no need of it at the time. I didn't mean to steal it, really, but people, especially magistrates, they take such harsh views of thoughtless and high-spirited actions.
By rights, I ought to give you up, but I don't hold with motor cars, and I don't hold with being ordered about by policemen. So cheer up, Toad. I'll do me best, and we may beat them yet. They're gaining on us. If I slow down as we come out of next tunnel, you may jump off without being seen, so be ready to jump when I tell you.
It's not that I mind keeping the place aired and ready and everything. It's just that it's, well, it's not very cozy, is it?
Well, with Toad's cheek and plausibility combined with the power of a long purse, I think he could turn up here at any time.
There's two of them sat there, and one of them's Badger. I knew it. We should have come before. This place must be stuffed with silver and antiques and objects daft. And he's gone and got his friends to guard it for him. Well, we're too late, so let's go home. What we need is reinforcements. Reinforcements? You can't go burgling with crowds of people. We don't need to go burgling, do we? This is make a very nice headquarters. Very nice. And if we had like hundreds of us, we could take over the whole place.
Oh, I'm free. Free! I'm 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 free!
A nice morning, Mom.
I dare say it is, ma'am. To them, what's not in trouble like what I am. My married daughter sends for me to come urgent. I leaves little ones at home getting into who knows what trouble. And I've lost all my money and lost my way.
Where might your married daughter be living, Mom?
She lives near to the river, ma'am, close to a fine house called Toad Hall that's somewhere hereabouts in these parts.
Toad Hall? Well, I'm going nearby there myself. I'll give you a lift.
Thank you very kindly, ma'am.
So you're in the washing business, Ma'am. And you've got a good business, I dare say.
Finest business in the whole country. All the gentry come to me.
You're fond of washing, then?
Oh, I love it. I simply dote on it. Never so happy as when I've got both arms in the tub. It gives me real pleasure, ma'am, real pleasure.
Well, then, perhaps you'll allow me to give you a little treat. You'll find a pile of washing in the corner of the cabin. There's a tub handy and soap and a kettle on the stove.
No, I mean...
It'll be a
what?
big help to me, and I'll know you're enjoying yourself instead of sitting here yawning at the scenery.
If it comes to that, I suppose any fool can wash.
I've been watching you all the time. Pretty washerwoman you are. Never washed so much as a dishcloth in your life, I lay.
You common, low, fat barge woman. Don't you dare talk to your betters like that. Washerwoman, indeed. I would have you to know that I am a toad. A very well-known, respected, distinguished toad. I may be under a bit of a cloud at present, but I will not be laughed at by a barge woman.
Why, so you are. Well, I never. A horrid, nasty, crawly toad. And in my nice, clean barge, too. Now, that is a thing that I will not have.
Wow! Toad triumphs again. Stop! 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 Stew.
want to sell that there horse of yours?
What? Me sell this beautiful young horse of mine? Oh, no. No, it's out of the question. Who's going to take the washing home to my customers every week? Besides, I'm too fond of him, and he simply dotes on me.
Try another donkey. Some people do.
You don't seem to see that this fine horse of mine is a cut above you altogether. He's a blood horse, he is. Partly. Not the part you see, of course. Another part. How much might you be disposed to offer me for this beautiful young horse of mine?
Shilling a leg.
A shilling a leg? Oh, no. No, I couldn't think of accepting 4 shillings for this exceptional young animal.
Well, I'll tell you what I will do. I'll make it 5 shillings, and that's 3 and 6pence more than the animal's worth. And that's my last word.
Look here. 6 shillings and 6pence, plus as much as I can eat out of that iron pot of yours, and you shall have my spirited young horse and all the beautiful harnesses and trappings that are on him.
Done. And if I do any more deals like this, I'll be ruined.
The world has held great heroes, as history books have showed, but never a name to go down to fame compared with that of Toad. The clever men at Oxford know all that there is to be known, but they none of them know 1/2 as much as intelligent Mr. Toad. The army all saluted as they marched along the road. Was it the king or Kitchener? No, it was Mr. Toad. The queen and her ladies in waiting sat at the window and sewed. She cried, "Look, who is that handsome chap?" They answered, "Mr. Toad."
A lift! If I spin them some sort of yarn, it may even end in my driving up to Toad Hall in a motor car. That'll be one in the eye for Badger. Ah! No! No! It's all up! It's all over now! Chains and policemen again! Oh, hapless Toad!
Oh, dear. There is a poor old thing, a washerwoman apparently, who has fainted in the road.
We must take her to the nearest village, Ernest.
The nearest village, Johnson?
Yes, sir.
Look, she is better already. How do you feel now, ma'am?
Thank you kindly, ma'am. I'm feeling a great deal better. I was only thinking, if I might sit on the front seat there, beside the driver, where I could get the fresh air full in my face, I should soon be all right again.
What a sensible woman. Of course you shall.
Please, sir, I wish you would kindly let me try and drive the car for a while. I've been watching you carefully, and I should like to be able to tell my friends that once I had driven a motor car.
No. Bravo, Mom. I like your spirit. Let her have a try, Johnson. But, sir... She won't do any harm.
Keep to the middle of the road and stop if you see anything coming the other way.
Oh, I will. I will.
That's fast enough.
Oh, how well she does it.
Fancy a washerwoman driving a car so well. Be careful, washerwoman.
Ow! Ha! Washerwoman indeed. Ho-ho! I am the Toad, the motor car snatcher, the prison breaker, the Toad who always escapes. Sit still, and you shall know what driving really is. For you are in the hands of the famous, the skillful, the entirely fearless Toad.
Oi! Come back here!
The wicked animal who...
Stop that wicked animal! Seize him! Stop that Toad!
Oh, Toad, as usual, comes out on the top. Who was it got them to give him a lift? Hmm? Who persuaded them into letting him see if he could drive? Who landed them all in a horse pond? Who escaped, flying gaily and unscathed through the air? Why, Toad, of course. Clever Toad, great Toad, good Toad.
Oi! Come back here!
Come back here, you little Oh, my. Oh, what an ass I am. What a conceited and heedless ass. Swaggering again, shouting again. Oh, my, oh, my, oh, my.
You
Don't be the name of the law!
Come back here! Stop that turn!
Since I last saw you, you can't think. Such trials, such sufferings, and all so nobly borne. What do you think my last exploit was? Just
Toad, go upstairs and clean yourself thoroughly and put on some of my clothes. I'll have something to say to you later.
Oh. Well, all right. Lunch! Splendid! Ratty, you've no idea what I've been through. When I've told you all about it, we'll stroll gently down to Toad Hall.
Stroll gently down to Toad Hall? What are you talking about? You mean to say you haven't heard?
Heard what?
Do you mean to tell me you've heard nothing about the Stoats and Weasels and how they've been and taken Toad Hall?
As the UK's #1, Lun Polly give more discounts on more holidays than any other travel agent. Lun Polly, a better way to get away.
Good old yellow pages.
Everywhere you look this Christmas, there's something happening to Windows. Because where you looked for Access, now you'll find MasterCard.
The new S40. Underneath, it's a Volvo.
Miss Selfridge is about clothes that you have fun in. Miss Selfridge really is the heart of fashion. But we want our clothes to stay looking great.
Sarah Golding, Miss Selfridge brand director, explains why Ariel is the only detergent they recommend.
You bought the fashion item for the season. You want to wear it again and again. And the more you wear it, the more you wash it. So it ends up looking very flat. You get all these nasty bubbles. At Miss Selfridge, we actually think we found an answer.
Ariel tackles mud and dirt where others could fail and also helps prevent bobbling, so clothes look new for longer.
We're so pleased with the great results we've seen that we'd like to let all our customers know that Miss Selfridge recommends Ariel. We want our clothes to stay looking great so that you really feel great every time you wear them.
When you demand the impeccable, demand Ariel.
I think I'll just powder my nose.
Kleenex quilted toilet tissue is specially quilted to give it cushioned softness and super absorbency.
At Northern Upholstery and DFS, everything's reduced. Many double discounts and 3 years free credit with nothing to pay for the first year. That's Boxing Day only at Northern Upholstery and DFS.
If you're overindulged this Christmas, get down to Blockbuster Video. Rent any latest release and get a choice of top titles for just 99p. And the best bit is, you don't have to take them back till next Friday.
As the UK's #1, Lun Polly give more discounts on more holidays than any other travel agent. Lun Polly, a better way to get away.
Go on, Ratty. Tell me all. I can bear it.
After your little misunderstanding with the magistrate, Badger and Mole moved into Toad Hall to keep it ready for you. They knew you'd be back sometime. Then, one night, the wild wood animals broke in. Hundreds of weasels, stoats and ferrets. Badger and Mole made the best fight they could, but they were unarmed and taken by surprise. The poor creatures were beaten with sticks and turned out into cold and wet with many insulting and uncalled-for remarks.
Oh, dear.
And the Wild Wooders have been living in Toad Hall ever since, eating your grub, drinking your drink, and making bad jokes and singing vulgar songs about you.
Oh, have they? Well, jolly soon see about that.
It's no good, Toad. You better come back and sit down. You'll only get into trouble.
We'll soon see about this. A lot of low-class, scruffy stoats and weasels putting their dirty feet all over my...
Who comes there?
Stuff and nonsense. What do you mean by talking like that to me? Come out of it at once, or I'll...
Well, what did I tell you? And now see what you've been and done. Lost me my boat, and simply ruined that nice suit of clothes that I lent you. Really, Toad, I wonder you managed to keep any friends at all.
Oh, Ratty, I see that I have been a headstrong and a willful Toad. Henceforth, believe me, I will be humble and submissive and will take no action without your kind advice and full approval.
Well, we can do nothing until we've seen the Mole and the Badger and heard their latest news.
Oh, yes, of course. What's become of them, the dear fellows? I'd forgotten all about them.
Well, may you ask. While you were galloping about the countryside, those two have been keeping watch on your house day and night in every sort of weather, scheming and planning how to get your property back for you. You don't deserve to have such true and loyal friends, Toad. Really, you don't.
Oh, I'm an ungrateful beast, I know. Let me go out and find them. Out into the cold, dark night and share their hardship. Supper. I'll go the very minute I've had supper.
Ah. Welcome home, Toad. Alas, what am I saying? Home indeed. This is a poor homecoming. Unhappy Toad.
Hooray! Here's old Toad. Fancy having you back again. Why, you must have managed to escape. You clever, ingenious, intelligent Toad.
Clever? Oh, no. No, I'm not really clever, according to my friends. I've only broken out of the strongest prison in England, that's all. And disguised myself and gone about the country humbugging everybody, that's all. Oh, no, I'm a stupid ass, I am.
Mole, please tell us as soon as possible what the position is and what's best to be done now that Toad is back at last.
The position's about as bad as it can be. There's sentries posted everywhere, always an animal on the lookout, and when they see us, they laugh. That's what annoys me most.
It's a very difficult situation, and I'm blessed if I know what's to be done.
It's useless to think of attacking the place. They're much too strong for us.
Oh, it's all over. I shall go and enlist for a soldier and never see my dear Toad Hall anymore.
Be quiet, Toad, and listen, because I'm going to tell you a great secret.
Secret?
There is an underground passage that leads from the river bank, quite near here, right up into the middle of Toad Hall.
Oh, nonsense, Badger. I know every inch of Toad Hall, inside and out, and there's nothing of the sort, I do assure you.
Fully aware that you are quite unable to hold your tongue, your father gave me permission to tell you of the secret passage only if you were ever in a real fix, and it would be of use to you.
Well, perhaps I am a bit of a talker. I have the gift of conversation. I've been told I ought to have a salon.
whatever that may be.
How is this passage going to help us?
I have discovered that there is to be a big banquet tomorrow night for the Chief Weasel's birthday. They will all be gathered in the banqueting hall, eating and drinking, with no sticks, no guns, no arms of any sort, in fact.
But the sentinels will be posted as usual.
Exactly. That's where the passage comes in. It leads right up under the butler's pantry, next to the dining hall.
Aha! That squeaky board in the butler's pantry. Now I understand it.
We shall creep out quietly into the butler's pantry.
With our pistols and swords and sticks.
And rush in upon them.
And whack 'em, and whack 'em, and whack 'em.
Very well, then. Our plan is settled.
Now then, a sword for rat, a sword for mole, a sword for toad, a sword for badger.
Good morning, good morning. Ah, breakfast.
Pistol for rat, a pistol for mole, a pistol for toad, a pistol for the badger.
Rat, I assure you we shan't want any swords or pistols. We four, with our sticks, once we're inside the dining hall, why, we shall clear the floor of all the lot of them in 5 minutes. I'd have done the whole thing myself. Only I didn't want to deprive you fellows of the fun.
It's as well to be on the safe side.
Hello, you fellows. I've been having such fun. It was Toad's washerwoman's dress that gave me the idea. Any washing to be done today, gentlemen?
Go away, washerwoman. There's no washing this morning.
Or any other time by the looks of you.
Aye. Now see here.
Run away, my good women. Run away. Can't have my men talking at their posts.
Run away? It won't be me what'll be running away very shortly.
What do you mean?
My daughter, she washes for Mr. Badger, and she says they're sending 100 bloodthirsty badgers to attack the house, and 6 boatloads of rats with pistols and cutlasses, and a picked body of toads known as the Death or Glory toads. So there won't be much of you lot left to wash by tomorrow.
You hear that?
100 badgers?
What are we gonna...
You don't want to take no notice of her. She's probably got the wrong toad all.
Presently, I went creeping back along the ditch and took a peep at them through the hedge. They were all nervous and flustered and running all ways at once. Everyone was giving orders and complaining about the weasels stopping indoors feasting while they were going to be cut to pieces by bloodthirsty badgers.
Oh, you silly ass, Mole. You've been and spoiled everything.
Mole, I perceive you have more sense in your little finger than some other animals have in the whole of their fat bodies. You've managed excellently, and I begin to have great hopes of you. Good Mole. Clever Mole.
Everything ready?
Yes, we've got swords, cutlasses, pistols, truncheons, handcuffs, bandages, sticking plaster, a flask and some sandwiches.
Very well then, follow me. Mole first, rat next, toad last, and no chattering, Toady, or you'll be sent back. Make a fool of yourself again, Toad, and you'll certainly be left behind.
I shall catch pneumonia if this goes on.
Come on, Toad.
Oh, where are you, rat? Wait for me!
What did I just say to you, Toad?
Sorry, Badger. Sorry.
We ought to be pretty nearly under the hall by now. What a time they're having. Come on. Now, all together.
Well, I do not propose to detain you much longer. But before I resume my seat, I should like to say one word about our kind host, Mr. Toad. We all know Toad. Good Toad! Honest Toad!
Only just let me get at him.
Hold hard a minute. Get ready, all of you.
Let me sing you a little song which I've composed on the subject of Toad!
Toady went to pleasuring gaily down the street. Folks cheered and bowed. He drew a crowd, and they worshipped at his feet. All together.
The hour is come. Follow me.
A mole! A mole! Toad, he went a pleasuring. I'll pleasure him.
Mole, you're the best of fellows. Just cut along outside and look after those stout sentries of yours. See what they're doing. I've an idea that, thanks to you, we shan't have much trouble from them tonight. I want some grub, I do. Stir your stumps, Toad, and look lively. We've got your house back for you, and you don't even offer us so much as a sandwich.
Mole is the best of fellows. Didn't he see me in single combat with the chief weasel?
It's all over. They've all gone.
Excellent. And deserving animal. I'm very pleased with you, Mole.
Good morning, good morning.
Ah, there you are, Toad. Now, you know, we really ought to have a little banquet to celebrate this affair.
Badger, this is my house, and I shall decide what...
It's etiquette, Toad. It's the rule that's expected of you.
You mean a sort of banquet of the Battle of Toad Hall? A celebration of the great defeat of the weasels and stoats? That...
Some of them came round this morning to apologize.
So I should think. And we could...
They were very penitent. Said it was all the fault of the chief weasel, and if they could ever do anything for us at any time, we only had to mention it.
Good. Anyway, why don't I draw up a little program of entertainment for the evening? Now, my first speech will contain references to the following. Our prison system, the waterways of Old England, horse dealing. There will be songs by Toad and...
Now look here, Toad. I'm very sorry to have to speak to you like this, but we want you to understand clearly, once and for all, that there are going to be no speeches and no songs. We're not arguing with you, we're telling you.
Mayn't I just sing them just one little song?
No, not one little song. It's no good, Toady. You know well that your songs are all conceit and boasting and vanity, and your speeches are all self-praise and...
And gas.
It's for your own good, Toady. Please don't think that saying all this doesn't hurt me more than it hurts you.
You are right, my dear rat, and I am wrong. Henceforth, I shall sacrifice the tumultuous applause, which always seems to me somehow to bring out my best qualities. I will be a very different Toad. My friends, you shall never have occasion to blush for me again. Oh dear, this is a hard world.
Badger, I feel like a brute.
Ladies and gentlemen, Toad's last little song. The Toad came home. There was panic in the parlor and howling in the hall. There was crying in the cowshed and shrieking in the stall. When the Toad came home. When the Toad came home. There was smashing in of window and crashing in of door. There was chivying of weasels that fainted on the floor. When the Toad came home. Bang go the drums. The trumpeters are tooting and the soldiers are saluting and the cannon they are shooting and the motor cars are hooting as the hero comes. Shout hooray! And let each one of the crowd try and shout it very loud in honor of an animal of whom you're justly proud, for it's Toad's great day. Ha!
Come along, Toad. There are just
just dozens of people waiting to hear all about the great battle of Toad Hall.
No, Otter, Badgers was the mastermind. I merely served in the ranks and did little or nothing.
You're being much too modest. Now come along and tell us all about it.
Songs! Mr. Toad's songs!
Speech from Toad! No, thank you, but no. And how are you two young'uns?
Very well, thanks, Mr. Toad.
Good.
He used to be much funnier than that.
With many thanks, signed Toad. Well, I never.
Some small remuneration for your trouble and... from Toad!
Money for the horse. Now there's a thing.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, good evening.
A fine evening, my good fellow. Good evening to you.
Evening, Mr. Toad, sir.
Look, baby. There goes the great Mr. Toad. And that's the gallant water rat, a terrible fighter walking along with him. And yonder comes the famous Mr. Mole.
But, Mother...
And if you aren't good, the terrible fierce badger will come after you.
The river waits for you. The river waits for anyone. The river's running through the lives of all of us. It doesn't take a view. It thinks the same of everyone. And we should think that too, the great and small of us. So the story goes, as the river flows, and the power of the story carries on and on and on and on and on. Yes, the power of the story carries on and on and on and on and on.
A few surprises for Christmas Eve.
God said Fred. Oh, what an amazing thing.
Oh, yeah. There's also Brookside.
You what?
This is not a smutty story.
The real Christmas show.
You certainly know how to enjoy yourself, don't you?
We haven't done this since we were 6.
And a Father Ted Xmas special. A drop-dead impressive Christmas Eve from 6:45 on 4.
He speaks fluent elephant, eagle, buffalo and beagle. Set sail a musical adventure next on 4 with the man who talks to the animals, Dr. Dolittle.
Right! I want the parade clean. I want the main quarter scrum with a toothbrush. And there'll be no weekend leave.
But, sir...
What?
I've just won £50,000.
And another thing, that beret you're wearing. Rather nice.
Make new friends by winning loads of cash and prizes with McDonald's Money Monopoly. Play it today.
Yeah, I love the way you wear it to one side.
Everywhere you look this Christmas, there's something happening to Windows. Because where you looked for access, now you'll find MasterCard.
The monster entered the Reynolds household via the drain at approximately 11:30 and proceeded to eat the living room carpet. Naturally perturbed, the Reynolds called the station and I was dispatched to the scene. Upon my arrival, I noticed that all the carpet had gone, apart from a small section in the downstairs loo. I cautioned the monster and advised him that anything he gurgled could be taken down and used in evidence against him. Clearly embarrassed by the trouble he had caused, the monster shed his skin in shame. A common reaction, I believe. The Reynolds family found that it made a very nice hearthrug and decided not to press charges. I released the monster, who lived happily ever after.
Good night, Dad.
Good night, son.
Sell that to a simple thing. We let people who can't be together talk, wherever they are.
shouldn't be scrubbing at your age, Auntie.
Thanks, love. You'll need this for scrubbing there with plenty of that. Use one of these for rubbing that like this.
If you want to get well in without all that elbow grease, what you need is Flash with bleach. Just spray and its unique formula breaks up even cooker-top spills. While you just wipe.
Marvellous! You've done all that scrubbing.
Where there's a will, there's a way. Flash with bleach does the hard work, so you don't have to.
However much you get from a film, there's always more in the book. The new Next Directory is out now. Call 0800 20 40 60. Just £3 brings more for you, your partner, your children, for where you live and how you live. You can spread the cost of your order with our credit account, and delivery is normally within 48 hours. Call 0800 20 40 60. Next Directory, complete and unabridged.
Meet Fred.
The laziest cat in the whole world.
But he's no ordinary cat.
Well, I've been around the world.
Oh, how he sang. He was a star. Groove to the world's coolest cat, famous Fred, Christmas Eve at 6:10 on 4. Meow!
In the family premiere, free